Hello everyone, this is Mary Ann and I am back with my second video for One Book July 2017. I already uploaded my intro video last week and I will link it down below, and now I would like to share with you what I have done because I am recording this on the second day of July and I was already able to do two very important things for the project, and my plan here is to record an update video every Sunday and upload it every Monday. So today is Sunday, so I'm recording this and I would like to show you what I have done to start actually to set up my binder, my one book for One Book July. As I have mentioned in my first video, I will be using these Tomoe River paper inserts from Rhomany Da Vinci, which I ordered from Japan via the Etsy store of Kawaii, Tokyo. And these are the 6.5 millimeter ruled cream pages that I have left over from last year's One Book July. And I am also going to be using the Lamy All-Star Pacific fountain pen. That is the special edition color for 2017, and I have installed an italic 1.5 millimeter nib on it. It's just a steel nib, it's not made of gold, but I like it. And I have already loaded this pen with the ink that matches the pen. It's also called the Pacific and it's also from Lamy. And the way that I write all of my journal pages is that I write the time down in military format on the second row of the lined page and the day of the week. I started at 12 minutes past 10 o'clock last night, and then I write the date above it, and then on the third line I write down the location where I'm writing it from. Last night I was writing from my dorm room, and so that's really it. And then I just continued to journal. I just leave one space and then I start on the next one and go on from there. And I started slow. I sort of eased myself into it because my purpose for this One Book July is to be able to write a solid framework for my thesis for my graduate studies. I'm majoring in comparative literature and I'm majoring in literary theory, and my study is focusing on spectrality in literature, actually novels written by female Filipino writers written in English. So I already have started working on the framework last year, and I've already gotten feedback from my professor at that time, and she was able to give me very good guidance. But she did say that the framework is not yet solid, and I have been reading a lot, especially from the three main people that I am going to base my framework from. It's a combination of Sigmund Freud, taking off from his classic work, The Uncanny, and also Jacques Derrida, taking from his work, Spectres of Marx. And he's talking about Karl Marx, so I have to read the writings of Marx that he's talking about, and also Avery Gordon and her book Ghostly Matters. And the ideas of these three people were solid in my head last year, but because I wasn't able to write it down properly at that time, everything that used to be in my head sort of just dissipated and I kind of lost my point. So I have to get back to that. I have to reread a bunch of things, and I also have to decide on a corpus so that I will be able to test, to do sort of like a test run of my desired framework if it's going to work on a sample novel that I have chosen. And one benefit that I had in writing this journal entry that you are seeing me write at the moment in this video is that I was able to realize and put down in writing what is really holding me back from writing the framework that I want to use. I have been able to admit to myself via writing down in that journal that I was a little bit too afraid that might already be in misinterpreting those three people, Freud, Derrida, and Gordon. I might already be attributing to them points that they never made. And that is really my deepest fear, because when writing an academic paper, you cannot just keep copying and pasting what other people have written and then cite them properly. At some point in time, you will have to take off from what they have originally said and do it your own way, expand on what they have said in order to illustrate your theories. And that's what I'm afraid to do. Perhaps in the effort or in the process of expanding what they have said to support the point that I want to make, I might already be putting into their mouths something that they have never said. So I'm going to have to really be conscious about what these people actually said and what it is that they actually meant, and make sure that I don't stray from that. Another difficulty that I have not been able to realize until this day that I'm writing this journal entry down is that I feel a little bit constricted by the format that I have to use. I do understand the reason for the format, but since my thesis is about spectrality and it's a combination of literary theory and sociology, I don't think the usual comparative literature format for a thesis would be the best form or whatever for it. Now, I am really just too worried about sticking to the format or form that I have little energy and brain power left to actually focus on the content of my thesis. Well, but really, structure should come last, I think. I have to, reconfigure my thought process. I should worry about the structure last, and I should focus on the content first. So, another milestone that I was able to achieve last night while I was writing this journal entry was that I was able to come up with a calendar for July and August. July will be focused on reading a bunch of novels that I am screening to become part of my corpus. And I also have to reread the three main people that I am basing my framework on. That's Freud, Derrida, and Gordon. And I have to identify points that are special to each and also points where they are similar. And from that, I plan to write a skeleton framework that is based on the problematique that I have already decided on in March and which was already approved and which I have no problem with. Now I have to write a skeleton framework based on that problematique, and then by the third week of July, I have to be able to write the damn framework. And then on the last day of July, I have to call my professor and set an appointment and send her my framework. And for the first week of August, I have to look for more novels for my corpus and also look for theses in comparative literature that use a non-traditional format and figure out why their formats were appropriate to their topic and framework and methodology, and also to take note who their advisors were and who their panelists were and what they had to go through to get their non-traditional format approved. So that's kind of like a little sleuthing that I have to do. And then I plan to use up the next 2 weeks of August to finalize my corpus and also to try analyzing one novel that I have chosen for my final corpus using my framework in the non-traditional format and present that to my advisor and see if it can fly. Well, that sounds like a good plan to me. It sounds like something that I can actually do. It doesn't give me too much pressure, but it gives me just enough pressure to, get me out of bed earlier than usual and later than usual, and actually have something to show for it because I'm going to track everything for One Book July as well. So you have seen me putting back the journal pages into my binder and just showing you how chunky my binder is. And if I think you know by now that my binders are always chunky. And this is me checking my monthly calendar. I made that, by the way, because I no longer buy my inserts. I just make them and print them as I need them. And look, this is me looking through what my July, August, and September look like more or less, so I can start thinking about how to blend all of my calendars together in one book. And of course, I cannot end this video without showing you just how beautiful the ink is on the Tomoe River paper and the really, really big nib. It's 1.5 millimeter italic. It really, really showcases all of the qualities of that ink. And uh, as you can see, it has shading in it. Some parts are darker than others. That is when the ink pools on certain parts of the stroke so that they dry up more slowly than the other parts that are lighter. So that's what creates the dark parts. And that is one of the qualities of fountain pen writing. And you get that only if you use paper that is also fountain pen friendly. For me, fountain pen friendly paper is not just paper that does not bleed through. It should, number one, not bleed through, and number two, show that special shading. And that is my update for One Book July 2017. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I was able to give you some ideas. And I will be uploading an update every Monday. So make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so that you can catch all the new videos as I upload them. And also, at some point in July, as part of One Book July, I am going to vlog about my university campus and the places there that I frequent. So I really want to share that with you guys. So make sure that you're subscribed so you can catch that immediately when I upload it. And that's it for this update video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!